Welcome to Coffee with Chaos. Behind me is Chaos. Here's my coffee. It's been an interesting week. From my press breaking or self-destructing or whatever. This little part here is what the problem is. I've got one coming. But I went ahead and bought another press too. So I'll be able to start pressing things again real quick. Speaking of which, I'm getting ready to release another video about pressing. It'll be tools of the trade and pressing matters. I'm going to put them together for one episode. And that's because I introduce a tool that I have not introduced before, which is my humidity chamber, and I show basically what it's made of and how I use it. And then I also will show a comic book that I'm going to use inside of the humidity chamber in the hopes of fixing it. And that comic is right here. And as you can see, it has a lot of water problems. I'm not going to worry about the stains and stuff like that. I just want to get it a little more supple, maybe loosen the pages up, get them supple, and get these wrinkles out. Not an easy thing to do, but I think I can do it. In fact, I've already done it. Not with that comic, but with the number 2. You see, this was the last thing I pressed before my press died, and it was wrinkled worse than that one. So I know it can be done, and it's just a matter of taking care of it. And that's the only pressed comic I'll be showing tonight, by the way. So it's just a way to let you know that before I show something on screen, before I try something new on screen, I've already tried it. I know it works, or I know it's not going to work. Now, I might record it anyway, knowing that it's not going to work, just to show that it doesn't work, instead of just telling you it doesn't work. So that's kind of a neat thing. One of those interesting little things. Now, all 2 of us or whatever. How you doing, Kenneth? Glad you could stop in. It's my fault if I don't get many people. I thought I had already put it up to run this week, and then I discovered this morning that I hadn't, because I always check it out the morning before. And I do have some comics that I got this week. And I'm going to go ahead and show them all to you, because I don't have that much to show you. Well, I have a box of stuff back here, but I'm not going to show you everything in that box. And some of these are going in my collection, and some of them won't. And the ones that won't will go up for sale. I don't know if I'm going to press the ones that aren't going in my collection or not. I might. And the first one I'm going to show you is Jimmy Olsen number 104. Now, these came from Michael Mayron, who is right there. How you doing, Michael? He sends me stuff, and I send him stuff, and we just kind of hope that it balances out at the end of the day. But it's Jimmy Olsen, number 104. And then we have a Life with Archie on the back side. And I forgot what number it was, but it was one that I don't have. So it's from the 60s, I know that. Then there was Supergirl, number 39 from the New 52. I have a copy of this, but I don't think I have this cover. I've never seen that cover before. So that's fun to get. Our Fighting Forces, number 159, is on the other side. And I picked these up. These actually hit my post office on on Friday night. And it got there right after the post office closes, because that's what happens. And I went like 6 times on Saturday to pick them up, and the post office never opened on Saturday. So I had to wait till Monday to get them. Here's Justice League number 139 and number 142. There's number 144 and 149. Don't know if I have these or not. I know there's at least one that I don't have. This is a very low grade copy of Action Comics number 305, but I don't have it. So that makes me happy because now I do. And World's Finest number 174, which I think I have a copy of this, but I'm not going to swear to it. This is World's Finest number 206. It's in the spine is in really bad shape, so Michael put a piece of paper over it to keep it all together, and that was pretty decent of him. I'll fix it eventually. I've got a stack of stuff. Well, making about 6 stacks of stuff about like that I need to work on. Here's Detective Comics number 552.
Curiosity about the stories behind each piece.
I have another computer over here that I accidentally hit the mouse. Let me move that mouse out of the way so I don't do that again. Brave and the Bold, number 114. I think I might have a copy of this because the cover looks very familiar. But maybe I just remember reading it back in the 70s. Who knows? This is a Mighty Samson, but I believe this is actually a reprint. Same number, but I think it's a reprint. I'm not going to swear to it. But it is Gold Key, and here's Brothers of the Spear. And I have a copy of this, but the one I have is Gold Key. So now I have the Whitman also. This is the one that was in the 3-pack, so this is kind of neat to get. Men of War, number 25. I think this went to issue number 26. So, yeah, I only need 24 more to have them all. There's a Silver Blade, number 1. I don't remember if I have that or not. I think this is the one I need to read the series. From Marvel, there's Elf Quest number 19, number 20, number 21, and number 31. And I don't have a whole lot of the Marvel Elf Quest. I have a lot of the Warp Graphics Elf Quest, the original ones. I don't have a lot of Marvel ones. Probably not a surprise. Compared to the number of DC comics I don't have hardly any Marvels at all. I might have 3,000 or 4,000 Marvel comics, and that's it. Which other people would think, wow, he's got 3,000 or 4,000 Marvels. That's huge. No, it's nothing. There he is, just here browsing. Yeah, it's Colin Coolness, and I don't think I think that's the one I need to have them all so I can read it. I'll have to check. I know I didn't have it. Here's a Swamp Thing number 57, and I'm missing a lot of Swamp Things. I wasn't buying it back in the day. I was dumb. Number 58. And number 59. Glad to get those. Fish Police number 4, our final hairball. This is a Marvel. I had no Marvel Fish Police at all. There he is, Warcraft, Ohio. How you doing? Glad to see you. This comic, I think there were a half a dozen, maybe. I know Now, it actually went for quite a while. It went for maybe 15, 20 issues, I think. This is Welcome Back, Cotter number 9. And then we've got Judge Dredd, Legends of the Law, number 1 and number 2. Number 3, number 5, number 6, and number 7. Number 4 was one that I have. So there you go. That's pretty much all I got, except for the new press that came today that I haven't even had a chance to set up yet. And like I said, the parts are on order to fix the other one. There's a guy a couple of doors down that could fix it. He could probably just take this and fix it, but I don't want to bother him. He's getting ready to build a new house. Yeah, Jonah Hex was is probably my favorite Western character of all time. Now, what do I have next? The box. I'm going to show you about 2/3 of what's in this box. And one of the things that's in it kind of surprised me because I didn't know I had it. And that's this Tomb of Dracula 64. This is not my copy for the collection. This is an extra copy. It had a black mark here, and I think that's a dry erase mark because when I tested it with the soot sponge, most of it came off. I mean, you can still see it, but a lot of it came off. So that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll try out my new press and press this, do a quick press on it, and with maybe a 24-hour cool down, and offer it up for sale on Friday night. I am supposed to be on Horizon Picks channel Friday night, so we'll see what happens with that. Next, this is Hero Illustrated number 5. I have 1 through 4 also put away somewhere. I always like this one because it's a really nice wraparound cover. That it has Vampirella on it, so what's not to like? And then here's number 6 of Hero Illustrated, kind of an homage to Spider-Man 1 or Amazing Fantasy 15. Yeah. They had nice covers. And of course, that was put out by Overstreet. Gunhawks was okay. Yeah. I forgot that I had this. Very happy to find it. This is Preacher Ancient History. And of course, I have all of the Preacher comics, including all the annuals and the specials. And I forgot about this one, but I do have a copy, so that's nice. Here's something that's gaming related. Unflatten the cardboard character. Central Casting's Heroes of Legend. And this was by Task Force Games, and it's a generic thing. But it does, I mean, yeah, I'm going to have to clean it up a little bit before I offer it up for sale. This is paper that's stuck to it, but it's not damaged. So I'll clean that up, see if I can't make it look nice. This is issue number 5 of Superman and Batman magazine. I have 1 through 4 and number 6. And I thought, I know I bought number 5. Where is it? Couldn't find it for the longest time. Here it is. I've got it. I'm happy it came for it now. Next up, What is this? This is a poster. Oh yeah, the Kents. Uh, that was a pretty good miniseries. I enjoyed it, and it's a promotional poster for it. So that will probably stay in my collection with the rest of my Superman stuff. This is issue number 5 of Frank Frazetta Illustrated, our Fantasy Illustrated. And I run across these all the time. I've got a bunch of them running around. Another gaming aid, suitable for use with advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Shadows of Evil from Roll Aids. That's it's a module or a dungeon, and it's got a lot of things like that in it. So that's kind of cool. Here's the from Games Workshop. This is from 1999, I think. Looking for the copyright date. Anyway, it was for the 3rd edition of Warhammer 40K, and this was the Codex Dark Eldar. I'm going to sell that. I have no use for it. I'll throw that up on eBay. It'll probably be gone in a couple of days. This is the promo card for Batman Forever from 1995. These are all metal foil cards. Probably offer that up for sale also. From Fantagraphics, here's Kid Anarchy number 1. Here's a from 1997, a comic book marketplace. The Amazing World of Wally Wood. And as a retailer, they used to send me these. And I used to get them every month, but of course, they stopped sending them to me when I moved to Texas because I didn't send them a change of address. Here's Savage Sword of Conan, number 80. I have most of those somewhere. I have no idea where. Codex Dark Angels, also from the 3rd edition of Warhammer 40K. This I will probably keep because I do have a quite extensive 40K Dark Angel army. So that one I'll probably end up keeping. Dig out some more stuff from that box. Yeah, Wally Wood was great. Collecting and painting War Games armies. This is my label up here from when I had a store. So this one I'm going to go ahead and put on eBay up for sale after I remove that sticker, and I'm sure that somebody will buy it. White Dwarf, The Armies of the Witch King Return, Dark Elves. And in the back, it has the Dark Shadows campaign, Summer Gaming campaign for 2001. So I'll offer up that for sale also. Ooh, this I got to keep. I've been looking all over for this. I had from number 2 up. It's the who's who for the DC universe, number 1, and this was the loose leaf edition. So yeah, glad to get that. Glad I have that. Here's another copy of Bad Boy, Simon Beasley. I thought I sold my last one, but apparently not. Here's one right here. So that's cool. Frank Miller and Simon Beasley. I'll probably offer that one up for sale also. Savage Sword of Conan, number 91. I bought a box of stuff way back in the 90s of older stuff, and here's one of the items. I'm going to pull it out of this. This is George Washington, the first great American, and it was from the John Hancock Insurance Company, and it's a little booklet that tells about George Washington. Now, I'm not sure when they published this, and it has had a little water damage, but I don't think that 1926. I don't think the water damage is going to make much difference. Yeah, that's an eBay item for sure. But that's kind of neat. And here's another one. This one is David Crockett, backwoodsman and congressman. And it has a wraparound cover. So that's not something that's just for new to comics. That was done way back. And this is from 1928 or thereabouts. So, yeah, almost 100 years old. Those are cool finds. They're going up for sale. Here's a Reaper Miniatures catalog from 1997. Item number 666. And Reaper Miniatures did a lot of stuff back in the day. And I might offer that up for sale. Who knows? Somebody might buy it just to get the what's inside of it. Here's a mouse pad from 1998, Brainstorm Media, of the Vampirus Luxura. Yeah, I gotta agree. I think those were great. The rules for Gorka Morka. This isn't going anywhere. I love Gorka Morka. From Penthouse. Oh, Wicked Wanda. And this has been kicking. I've had this since it came out in, I think, the 70s. Yeah, I've had this since 1975. Had it for 50 years. There's Ultraverse comic cards, promo sheet. Kind of neat to get. From the United States Postal Service. I used to work for them back in the early 90s. The Olympic Winter Games, Albertville, 1992. And it has in it the letter to the employees of the post office. So I'll keep that letter with it, and I'll probably offer this up for sale. Do real good on Olympic items. Here's Codex Orcs for a Warhammer 40K, and I'll be keeping this because I have a pretty good sized orc army too. I don't use them just for Gorka Morka. I also use them for here for the third edition of 40K. So this is an early one. National Lampoon number 30 from 1972. September 1972. Looks like an eBay item to me. And here's number 31 from October 1972. Used to love to read these. And from 1973, this is probably around number 40 or 41. Let me look at it. Yeah. From July 1973, number 40. His head, those look like eBay items. From July, September 1993, news, views, and price trends. Batless, ballless, puckless, netless, gloveless, and other sportless cards. Fantasy issue. And this is number 1. Volume 1, number 1. And on the back, it advertises the Rowena cards. No. No, that's just the way it was. It even has a date stamp, August 10th, 1972. Let's see what else I have in there that I can show you. I think we're almost done. Yeah, I'll show you. When Superman died, they came out with a magazine-sized item called News Time. There's my copy of it. Of course, I'm going to hang on to that. Non-sport update with a Superman cover with 4 free trading cards enclosed. This is in an old top loader, and the top loader's turned amber. It doesn't really look like that, but it protected it. Well, what's neat is I have one that's still sealed. And that's the pop-out price guide. And here's a Marvel one. Not sure who did the cover on that. Unfortunately, the bag is damaged, but the cards are still in it, as far as I know. Here's the one for Mars Attacks, and it came with that. Xena Warrior Princess. Here is Star Wars Galaxy Magazine presents the official guide to Star Wars toys, number 1. And the last thing I'm going to show from that box, I've got a lot of model and toy collectors in there. I've got a lot of other stuff in there that I just don't feel like showing it. But this one, this cover is so cool. Plus, it's number 12 from 1989, model and toy collector Batman. And it has an infinity cover on it, which is one of the reasons why I'm showing it. And that's what I've got to show today. Not a whole lot. Like I said, my press is down. I am going to show pressed comics on here still, but only the ones that I'm not showing in a Pressing Matters video. Because not all the comics that I press are going to be in that video. Just the ones that I pick out. So this one I showed in the Pressing Matters video, and I'm doing a video on it. I will, so you'll see this one again several times probably. But I intend on doing the one video from start to finish so that you'll be able to see this as it is, and then at the end you'll see it more like this. So that should be a good video to watch when it comes out. Don't have a lot of other things. I've been watching the news a lot, just practically glued to what's been going on for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, with the Iran and Israel conflict, and the fact that they have a ceasefire is amazing. I want to take for just a second to recognize the military that took place, or that were involved in that operation that went in and bombed those 3 sites. It's just amazing. Got in and got out before Iran even knew what was going on. They deserve accolades, and all of our, they deserve, they're heroes. That's all there is to it. So I'm not going to go into whether it was right or whether it was wrong. Just those military men are heroes, in my eyes anyway. Got anything you want to talk about? I don't know. I think there's 2 more that I need. I don't know. For a while, I thought I had them all. So I have to go through and check. I have to get all of those together in one place so I can inventory them and find out what I've got. But I've got so many of them, it isn't funny. Of course, I have all of his Airboy covers and a lot of other stuff like that. There's a couple of Airboys I don't have, but I do think I've got everything that Dave Stephens did. And then, yeah, I've just got a lot of his stuff. I'll announce it on here on a Wednesday night when I know which ones I'm missing. I got to try to find a checklist is what I need. I think if I get a checklist of what he did, I'm pretty close to knowing what I need to finish it. I know there aren't many more. But every time I think I've got all of them or nearly all of them, another one will crop up that nobody knows about. Like I said, I'm gonna see if I can find a checklist for him, and if I do find it, I'll make it available. Don't have a Patreon page anymore, but I can make it available in other ways. I can publish it on my community page here. So I don't have a lot going on tonight, so I can't talk about too much. I did. I did look this up, and there are a couple of copies on eBay. They're in crap condition compared to this one, but that one person wants like $15 for it, and it's trash as far as I'm concerned. And another person wants like $35 for it, and it's not as good as this one. So I think I'm going to offer this up on Friday night for $30 and see if the person that wants it is there, and if he reaches out to me before that, maybe we can make a deal. I don't have him on Instagram. I thought I did. I'll show you what I'm going to put on eBay over the next few days. This Ghostly Tales 75. This is about a $20 book. This Casper Nightmare, number 68. Now, this would be a good book. This would be like $15, $20 book, but it's got a spine split that starts here and goes all the way to the end. And then it's missing a piece here, and it's missing a little bit up here. So I'm probably going to do like $6 or $7 on it. Might go 10 just because why not? And then just take whatever anybody offers me for it. Baby Huey and Papa. I'm probably going to offer that up for sale. That's about a $10 book and in its current condition. Baby Huey and Duckland. This is also about a $10 book in its current condition. 1965, 1963. I missed one. No, I didn't. 1963 for the Casper. Here's Baby Huey and Papa number 25. This is from 1966. This one's in pretty nice shape. I might be able to get like 12 to 15 for it if I'm lucky. And Little Lotta, and I forgot to look this one up, but I suspect it's going to go for a pretty nice price. The books with Little Dot in them, they're hot. I mean, 2 days, if it's up for more than 2 days, I'll be surprised. The last Little Dot I had, I think I sold for $30, and it went. I was surprised. And the Star Wars source book, I don't know how much that's worth yet. I think it's only like $15. I might be wrong. So yeah, I'm going to put those up. Sold some of my Boot Hill modules. Sold 3 of them. Ended up sending the wrong one to the guy. Realized it before he received it, and notified him that, look, I sent you one of the books I sent you is the wrong one. You can keep it, no charge. And I sent him the right one also. So I'm down to like 1 or 2 of those plus the game, and he's interested in those, but I don't know if he'll buy them or not. So that was a nice sale. And then I sold a couple of Barbie dolls. One I sold for about 30, one I sold for about 10. And these are all, when I pick up a Barbie, I paid like $1 or $2 for it. That's it. So to get that money is kind of nice. And of course, I've listed more. Got to start selling them. I don't need 600 Barbies cluttering up my inventory. I need to get them online and get them moving. I think what I'm going to do is the ones that I don't have clothes for, I think I'm just going to offer for like 3 for $10 or something. Somebody will buy them. If I don't know if I can't recognize what it is, or I can't identify it, I'll put it as unidentified. $3, $4, $10. Somebody will know what it is and snap it up, I'm sure. So, like I said, Steven Spock, I will look. I will try to find a checklist and go through and see if I can figure out what's Dave Stevens I still need. But if there's no more questions, I think I'm going to shut it down, and I'll see you Friday night on the Horizon Picks channel. And next Wednesday, I'll be right back here at 8 o'clock Central Time. And I'll drop some more videos during the week. So everybody have yourself a great week, and we'll see you next time right here, 8 o'clock. Don't miss it. And night, everybody, and be safe. Bye.